Hi, I'm Maddie Sullivan. I'm the program manager for the Temple Japan program as well as all of Temple exchanges.
I am Heather Steckler. I am one of the peer advisors in our office, and I studied abroad at TUJ spring of 2017.
So Temple University Japan is a full branch campus of Temple University located in Tokyo. A full branch campus means that it is a degree granting institution, so we have students from all over the world coming to TUJ to get their Temple degree. So that creates a really interesting dynamic community. About 40% of our students come from the US, 40% are Japanese, and 20% come from all different countries around the world. So there's about 1,200 degree-seeking undergraduates at TUJ, and about 100 students, 50 to 100 students each semester go to study abroad. So students who want to go to Temple Japan for a study abroad program can go for a summer, semester, or a full academic year. So the Temple Japan campus is located in Tokyo. It's going to be located on the Showa Women's University campus in the Setagaya-ku area of Tokyo. It's going to be a brand new campus built just for TUJ, so we're very excited about the having its own building and its own place for students to be. In terms of housing, students live in 2 different dorms. We do have one dorm located a little bit outside of Tokyo in the Musashi Kusugi area, and we also have another dorm located in Hakusan area of Tokyo. Both are about 40 to 50 minutes away from campus. So students have a variety of different options when choosing housing for the Temple Japan program. They can either live in a dorm style housing, they can do a homestay, or they can choose to live independently in a place that they arrange beforehand. So students can do the dorms. Again, we have 2 dorms like Hakusan and Musashi Kusugi, single rooms. Students are also mixed in with other students from around Tokyo who are going to different universities there. Students who are doing a homestays really have a chance to immerse themselves in Japanese culture, live with a Japanese family, practice their Japanese language. So it's a great opportunity for those students who really want to push themselves a little bit further. Just one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of families live farther away from Tokyo, so you will have to commute a little bit longer if you're planning to do a homestay. But a lot of students find that the commute is worth it for the experience that they have with their host family. So as a degree granting campus, Temple University Japan offers 10 majors and full tracks for those degrees as well. So you can find classes in all different kinds of subjects: Asian studies, international business studies, art, all different kinds of classes from beginning level all the way to, capstone level work. And also, because it is a Temple University degree, they also have to fulfill the same requirements as Temple main campus students, so you can find every gen ed that you need, as well as, intellectual heritage and electives.
Students are not actually required to take Japanese classes, but we highly recommend that they do. Temple Japan has a wide range of levels of Japanese classes, starting from a study abroad class for students who are interested in more conversational and cultural information. I took that class and it was really great. But the professors at TUJ in general do a really good job of getting students out into the city and going on different excursions and really getting you involved in the culture and meeting people. So it's really different from taking classes here on main campus in that classes in all different subject matters find a way to tie into the culture in Japan.
So one of the best things that Temple Japan offers is its internship program for their students. So Temple Japan has an extensive internship network with companies all over Tokyo, both Japanese companies, international companies, NGOs, governmental organizations. So a really wide range of opportunities available for students who either want to study abroad or are earning their degree at Temple Japan. And many of these internship opportunities don't require students to have fluency in Japanese. So students are able to find different kinds of experiences while they're in Tokyo, and they don't have to, struggle to learn the language, which is great. The internship application process for study abroad students happens before they go. So students will, in their application, go through and fill out an internship application, submitting a resume and cover letter, which will then be sent to our Temple, Japan campus and then sent to internship sponsors, the first choice internship sponsors. You'll have your internship before you go to Tokyo. So then when you arrive, you'll have your internship in place. You'll change your course schedule so that you add an internship course, and then you'll start your internship in the middle of your weeks, arranging that along with your class schedule.
So when you arrive, you'll have really specific instructions on how to get into the city, where TUJ staff will meet you and make sure you're able to get to your dorm or your homestay. From there, the next week you'll have an orientation session there in Tokyo, and the staff do a really good job of showing you like how to do the commute from your dorm to the school, and walking you through different things. They'll take you to the government office to register, and they'll really help you through the process, like culturally and academically, and pretty much make sure that you're all set to go. Once the semester gets started, the Office of Student Services does a really good job of setting up trips for students. So they'll take students to different events in Tokyo, things like sumo wrestling and different like calligraphy events they'll offer at TUJ, things like that. And they also do a really good job of getting students out of the city. So they'll organize bus trips where you can go see different things in the countryside or surrounding areas of Tokyo that you really would never know about otherwise. So I definitely recommend going on as many of those trips as you can. You're going to get to see things that you wouldn't be able to see in the city.
So I think everyone goes through a culture shock phase no matter where they go and how long they're there for. Japan can sometimes be challenging for students because it will challenge their perception of their identity. Particularly for students where this will be their first time being in a minority in a country. The good thing about Japan is that it's super safe and the people are very polite, so most students are kind of pleasantly surprised by their experience in Japan, at least as far as I've reported. I don't know if you have any particular experiences that you want to share.
Yeah. I mean, obviously going to any new country, you're probably going to experience some culture shock, but a lot of the changes that students experienced while I was in Japan, we all found it overall positive while we were there. Some of the difficulties we did have were with language barrier. So while Tokyo is a huge city and there are a decent amount of people that speak English and signage is all in Japanese and English, in terms of like communicating daily and like meeting local people and making friends, dealing with the language barrier is definitely a bit of a frustration. Also studying abroad in general, you kind of have to find a balance between being able to explore your host country and, still studying and, like paying attention to your classes. And so finding that balance is definitely part of studying abroad as well.
Yeah, and I think in particular for Japan, starting to get into a new routine is something that students can find challenging, balancing your work with your life abroad, especially if you're doing like an internship or you've got another job or, you're really kind of packing on all the things that you want to experience. The commute will be a little bit of a change for a lot of students because you're going to be going from usually living around campus where you can walk 15 minutes to class to having to wake up an hour and a half before, get on the subway, ride the subway for 40 minutes to an hour, and then get to class. So that has also been a change for a lot of students. So the Temple Japan program, tuition-wise, will cost the same as what you pay here on main campus, with the caveat that actually Temple Japan is billed at the base rate tuition here at like what main campus would be. So that means the CLA rate tuition. Otherwise, students are also billed for housing, which for semester is about $4,200 and for summer is $3,400, and then they are also charged a Japan fee of $375. Scholarships are pretty widely available. We offer scholarships through our office as well as outside scholarships all over the country. So our office gives away a number of scholarships every semester for students studying on our programs. But we also refer students to scholarships such as the Gilman Scholarship, which is a national one for students who receive a Pell Grant, the Boren Scholarship for students interested in studying or interested in working in the government when they graduate. There is also scholarships available for students who are doing internships with us. So there are a lot of opportunities for students to earn funding for their time at TUJ, especially because Japan is a non-traditional destination, so there might be some more scholarships out there or additional funding for, specifically for a study in Asia. Students who are interested in studying with us on our Temple Japan program for a semester or an academic year or a summer term can find the application on our website, studyabroad.temple.edu, and go to the Explore Programs tab and find Temple Japan. So from there, you can click into the program page. Once you arrive into the program page, you'll see an Apply Now button on the side. You'll use that to access your application, but also there is additional information all throughout those pages so that you can answer a lot of these different questions that you might have about the costs, the program dates, the staff who are there. So there's a lot of resources available on our website. Once you start your application, you will fill out some forms asking about your eligibility for the program, asking you, what classes you're planning to take, how this fits into your academic plan, and also why you're choosing the Temple Japan program in general. Once you've been accepted to the program, you will get additional pre-departure requirements. We'll help you with your visa, we'll help you with class registration, and just really kind of working with you throughout each step of the process so that you can feel comfortable and safe and really prepared for your study abroad experience. So in order to be eligible for our program, students who want to study for a semester should have at least a 2.75 GPA out of 4 and be in good academic and disciplinary standing, as well as completed at least 1 year of study before you go. So the earliest that you could go for a semester is the first semester of your sophomore year. Students who want to study for a summer should have at least a 2.5 GPA out of 4, again in good academic and disciplinary standing, and also at least have a year behind them before they go, so the first time they could go is the summer after their freshman year.
One of the reasons that I chose to go to study abroad at Temple Japan campus is because you'll get to have a really different experience than you'll have here on main campus, experiencing a culture that's really different from culture in America and getting a chance to really expand your kind of worldview and the types of things you're learning about in school and the people that you'll get to meet. I had such a great experience. I am actually going back to Japan after I graduate, and I highly recommend everyone go to study abroad at TUJ.
Students who are interested in studying at Temple Japan for a semester or summer can stop by our office at 200 Tuttleman. We're open every Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5. We're also available over email, study.abroad@temple.edu. You can also give us a call. You can, find any way to reach us. We have students working at the front desk who would be happy to talk to you about your next steps. Every semester we also feature student bloggers from Japan. So we usually have 2 student bloggers writing their experience as it happens. It's the best way to really get an inside look at what a student goes through during their semester abroad. So you can check those out at templeuabroad.blog. So if you're interested in studying at Temple Japan, you should start planning as early as possible. I would say a year to a semester beforehand. We'll be here, we can help you through and work with you throughout the process. So we look forward to seeing you and working with you in the future.